All right, what's up? It's South China Morning Post, SCMP MMA. We're back again, second time today for our second preview. Chris was there with me doing UFC 259, but Jasmin wasn't. We welcomed Jasmin into the fold for One Championship Fists of Fury 2 preview, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the big fight announcements with the one on TNT cards. But first of all, Jasmin, what's going on? How have you been?
No different from last week, I guess. I've got a background change. Hopefully, Jonathan comes in and doesn't complain about it.
Yeah, we'll see if he pops up in the chat.
Yeah, I've
He's on the right
got a
time
little post-it note with a smiley face on it, but I don't think you can really see it because it's folded upwards.
Oh, let me see if I can big up your screen. Let's try
Probably
and read
not.
what's on there.
It's like
No.
it's just a smiley face.
Okay. Not a secret code.
No.
Dissing Chatry or something.
Got my camera there as well, just for funsies.
All right, good stuff. And Chris, you've had a little break. Are you suitably refreshed after our UFC preview?
Suitably refreshed, well fed, had some water, feeling totally energized and just ready to go.
Yeah, let's dive into it then, guys. Let's go. All right. One Championship, Fists of Fury 2. We'll do the fight picks first, then we'll get to the news, I guess. Let's get these picks out of the way. All right, Amir. Yeah, get him out. Amir Ali Akbari and Kang Ji-won, the heavyweight main event. It's finally Amir Ali Akbari's debut. He's had a couple of fights cancelled. No fault of his own, I think, or maybe one of them was. I cannot remember, but he's finally here, and we know it's happened because the fight happened last week. So, and I'm pretty sure, guys, we know who won this fight. Given Amir is booked for TNT against another guy who's fighting tonight. So,
may I just interject? Based on the recommendation of a good friend of the show, John Ko, he has said, "Do not sleep on the mighty warrior himself, Kang Ji-won. He is not a man to be slept on. His 4-0 does not show how good he is, how amazing his hands are. Fighting out of Wang Ho over in Korea, used to fight in AFC Angels Fighting Championship. For you out there who do not know, which has produced some great fighters like the UFC's own Sasha Palatnikov. He had 2 strong wins over there. He won in heat over in Japan, and coming off a very strong victory. What was it now? Was it exactly a month ago?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, look, you're trying your best to convince me, Chris, but I'm just going to go straight ahead and go with yeah. I'm not sleeping on
I do have
KG1.
to say something about that. I feel like they booked him before they even recorded it. So using the logic that I used last time, now everyone seems to want to use, which is fair enough. But I guess you can't sleep on Amir as well. Kang Ji-won had a really good fight last time, and the only reason why I had picked him last time was because he was up against Amir Ali Akbari for this very fight. So, yeah, here we go, Amir.
And I think last time,
clean sweep.
Last time was he fighting? It was a Persian guy as well that time, wasn't it? So obviously the mighty warrior doesn't mind getting his hands dirty with some Iranian blood and whatnot.
Yeah, Mehdi Bargi.
Well, I don't.
That was back in Unbreakable 3. Thanks to FANATICS MMA app, you can see everything right there. Oh my goodness me!
I forgot
everything is right there.
I put it on the ticker there. Go download the app. This is what we're using, Fanatics. Get fanatics.app. You can check it out there. Join our SCMP MMA group. We do One Championship, UFC. We're going to do Bellator next month when it all gets going again. Yeah, even more fights for me to lose. Okay.
Are we still up against Vegas? We haven't gotten that changed yet.
We haven't decided yet. What do you guys think?
I think we should having the 3 title fights in the UFC to start off. I think we've got to go with the triple or nothing. We've got to keep those Vegas odds.
Yeah, all right.
Who's got that on?
Someone's phone's ringing.
Hey,
Who was
Jasmin, trying to call me every day. Every day they call me, I answer, and it just goes to machine. They're always trying to sell me insurance. They must know something about me that I don't know.
They're not watching the post-fight podcast.
I know it makes
They
no sense.
might think that you might be the one who's fighting.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, let's go down the card because I don't want to dwell too long on that one. We
We've
kind
got
of know. And
news, everyone. That's why.
again, yeah, I mean, another fight. I think we know the result of already. Sadly, Anatoly Malikin, because he is going to fight Amir Ali Akbari in April. So, got to presume both of those fellas won.
Yeah.
But Chris, you want to make the case for Mikado possibly winning?
Mikado. He is a solid fighter. He hasn't fought in what,
In
2 years
ages.
or something. 2 years and a few months. He fought Hideki Sekine. If I remember, he got battered to the absolute first round on the feet, standing. He was not a particularly good striker. But fortunately, in the second round, he did manage to take him down and get Mountain from there. He got the win. He lost to Ongla by head kick. Am I right? And then he fought the Panther himself and got a win there, as not many people in one championship get a win against Anan and Lai.
He's got a losing record.
Oh wow! But not in one championship.
Yeah, not in one.
Yeah, I just can't see any way through with this fight being booked. But you know what? It's a great way to introduce us to them, build their names up, get them fighting one. And they really have been putting so much effort into this heavyweight division over the last 6 months, a year, it feels. Hopefully get some good contenders going forward. So, yeah, I'm going to have to back Malikin.
Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, he's 8-0. And I'm pretty sure he wins this fight.
Now. Yeah, I have no words. So
yeah, he'd be brave for going against him.
At least they can cut a pretty fun promo.
Yeah, 90% of Fanatics users went for Malikin. So
why is it not 100?
Well, I mean, there's always those doubters, aren't there? Oh, wait, we don't. Where are the odds?
I don't think they're doing odds because it's obvious who won.
And what I do
there's no odds in general.
What I do like is with this is that it gives us a really nice as well Tiger Muay Thai versus AKA Phuket kind of face off when they go to fight each other in one championship on TNT. That classic battle that they have for MMA supremacy over there in Thailand.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Migs, hello Migs, nice to see you.
Hi,
you
Migs.
have not missed too much. Just we picked the Ali Akbari fight. We all went for Amir Ali Akbari.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
He won the fight.
If Eddie goes against that, then really he is he's taking his chances.
You're a madman. Okay, let's go down. So we knew those results pretty much because one spoiled it by booking them together in a fight in April.
I don't
but
know why they do that. Hey, this is like the third time.
Yeah, it's not wise, but whatever. We go on Ryogo Takahashi and Tankai, the featherweights, one championship featherweights. Okay, I don't know the result on this one. So Chris, Jasmin, take it away. Who you picking?
Chris, do you want to go first, or shall I leave it to you to convince us towards the end?
Well, okay.
I'm just someone convinced me. I don't know what I want.
It's the hard part when it comes to this fight. It's so hard to choose between the two. About 3 and about 4 on this card, in my opinion, are definitely fight the night material. I think they're going to be good. A lot of back and forward. I mean, Takahashi is just an absolute legend. Tankai also such an exciting fighter. I mean, Takahashi out of Crazy Beat Gym over in Tokyo, which was, I believe, founded by the late great Kid Yamamoto, if anyone can remember those days back in Pride when he was just doing absolutely crazy things. He's had a fairly solid record within the organization. Fantastic fight against Hanley. Just couldn't read the counters too much, but very good stand-up fighter. And then you've got, on the other hand, you've got Tankai fighting out Ningbo, fantastic player. Fought Keanu Suba, fought Edward Kelly. Very, very good results. And the one thing that differentiates it between the two of me is both of their performance against Keanu Suba.
Yeah.
And I just think Takahashi had the slightly better performance. They both very much like to stand and bang. And I think Takahashi just will get a little bit too much volume. But as we did see in the Tanley fight, he can be caught. So I think this is going to be so exciting. It really is. These next two fights are really flip of the coin. So hard to choose. What do you think, Jasmin?
I do agree. It does boil down to that Keanu Suba fight, though. I do have to mention that Tankai currently is on a 6-win streak, and that loss against Tanley just got Takahashi's 8-win streak just fizzled. But he's coming in from a quite a really impressive round 2 knockout against Yun Changmin, I think.
Yeah.
None of these two have ring rust, so it makes it really difficult to pick between the two. I do have to agree with Chris that this is potential fight of the night, if not performance of the night. This is just going to be an absolute banger. But alas, lads, we have to pick between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that, as well, if you do look at those Keanu Suba performances, is you probably know this better than me, Jasmin, but Tankai, when Takahashi fought him, he was very much more in his prime, where obviously when Tankai fought him, he was coming back from that absolutely horrific injury.
Yeah.
So he might have had ring rust. Yeah. So I don't know, because usually I always back the Chinese guy because we are the
yeah, that's true.
Post. But there is just something in me that just makes me think I've got to back Takahashi today. I think just got to edge it for me. And everywhere I've looked online, I still can't find Tankai's age, not even on one championship website.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How old is he? He's a secret age. I factored that in now because you know how I'm absolutely useless at UFC picks, and the Russian guy who fought recently, I didn't know that he was 40.
Oh, Lenik.
If I had known that in the first place, I would have been maybe not.
Hey, I knew that and I picked him, so no shame. Yeah.
Well, I mean, with age, you will definitely slow down in whether it's in any sport. We see that in football, and I'm not surprised that we see that in MMA either. So
he just had a couple of good wins, Lenik, I think. So he's
but wasn't he also on ring rust?
Nah, he's been pretty active in pandemic because his gym went out of business, so he's been trying to take as many fights as he can to stay afloat.
Yeah,
but
I don't know, man. It's for some reason a secret. This guy's age.
Well, the boa constrictor
we're gonna have to ask him.
A freak of nature, yeah. He's back into the rankings, by the way, the UFC rankings after Alistair Overeem and Junior Dos Santos got cut. He's snuck back in at 15. So, he was 10th, and then they bounced him out when he lost to Dorcas, but he's back in, so good for him.
I woke up to that news, and I do want to talk about it. I mean, not me talk about it, but hear it from the both of you. But we can talk about it later.
We slapped it onto our UFC chat, so probably won't bore everyone again. We're going to talk about these one championship cards
and the news.
TNT. News.
So Chris, you went for the Chinese anyway. I thought you wanted to go to Takahashi.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Have
you been flip-flopping this whole time?
Yeah, you know what? On the first two fights, I've gone with who the majority of people have gone with, but I want to beat the majority of people, which means I'm going to go with Takahashi because only 42% of people picked him. It is that close to a fight. You never know,
Yeah,
it could end up being a draw, even though we don't have draws in one championship. They could just make it a draw for the hell of it. Why not?
yeah,
But
why not?
yeah,
But I do have to say that Takahashi has amazing power. He is the one who broke Kianosuba's leg.
yeah. But Takashi,
So
he has amazing. But then, have you ever watched that Tan Lee fight back? And they are just going, and you can see Tan Lee just hits harder. That is the
yeah, I
one thing.
mean, Tan Lee is a beast, that's for sure. You can't deny that. I mean,
Yeah.
now he's got the belt. He's taken that from Martin Yi, and whether that's from pure ability or Martin's bleached hair curse, we don't know.
Yeah, well, Martin's fighting Kim Jae-un, right? I think
I think so. Yeah,
in April.
we
So
can go over it.
yeah, we can go over it a bit later. Let's just finish this card. But
Yeah.
Jasmine, make it official with your pick for this fight.
I'm gonna go for the Nihon.
Jin.
All right, clean
Nihon
sweep.
Yeah.
Drake hasn't voted yet, but there we go.
Straight chicken.
All right, Yoshiki Nakahara and Ruslan Amilbek Ulu. Let me bring this one up on the card on the screen.
I
Again.
think these two back-to-back featherweight fights are absolutely fantastic, and hopefully they can get the two winners to fight each other, and maybe the two losers to
Yeah,
fight
that would be
each other.
great.
This as well. This should be a really, really good fight. I'm just really excited to see Emil Beck. Managed to check out some of his fights earlier on YouTube. Some of them absolutely fantastic. Great gas tank, great takedown defense. Really, really good wrestling, as you do expect from people from that region of the world. As well, mostly fighting in China. Fighting Tibetans, North Chinese, a lot of Central Asians, few Persians on his record as well. Obviously, hasn't suffered a loss yet. Was last fighting in absolute championship Achbut, I think it's pronounced, which is really, really highly
No
regarded
idea.
in Central Asia. I know a lot of really good fighters are coming through there. So this should be an absolute banger. On to you, Miss Jasmine.
Emil Beck, this is his debut. Also, I can't find his age anywhere. That's so hilarious. You scour the internet and you just can't find anything. That's
No.
so interesting. You can
I
find
just
everything
asked
else.
the PRs from one because I couldn't find out who was it.
Yeah,
Wonder Girl's age. Or
we'll definitely find out tomorrow. They'll 100% give an age. Nakahara is coming from a loss against Tonan.
Yeah.
Back in 2019, he was quite brutally submitted, as we know Tonan can do. So, and
was this the heel hook guy?
Yeah.
yeah,
Heel hooked in like 10 seconds. Okay.
yeah. That was
No
so
shame in
brutal.
that, I guess.
No, I mean, no shame because Tonan is amazing. But Tonan broke his 8-win streak, and that was back in 2019. So that's a long time to not be fighting in the circle. I haven't watched Emil Beck's stuff because I've had no time. Also, YouTube from like 9 to 5 is blocked for me
Yeah.
because I'm a good person like that. But he's on a 12-win streak. That's amazing. He has not cracked that L egg yet, and that just makes me automatically want to go on his side.
Yeah. 89% of people have picked him on the app.
I always like to say that. I always say that you never really know what can happen, and there's always a first time to lose your streak. But just hearing Chris talk about him and like the gas tank is extremely important. I don't think we'll see this on the ground, will we? What do you
I'm
think,
not
Chris?
too sure. I mean, yeah.
It isn't like he's very, very competent on the ground. He has pretty good takedowns of ground and pound, but he's very, very good at finishing people on his feet. I mean, because Musy's been fighting in China. I could only find about 4 of his fights. Only one of them went to decision, and he was very dominating. He's particularly good in the clinch, is what I could work out from a lot of it. From the standing clinch, very much likes to get someone up against the cage. Kind of not a like for like comparison, but if you're going to compare it to someone, you'd think someone like Kamaru Usman in the UFC. Very good stand-up clinch, try and control you from there, and he uses the threat of the takedown more than the takedown. Also, just don't sleep on Nakahara. It's a very interesting card because you've got a lot of people who've had fought the same people, and then you've got like Nakahara fought what's his name, Emilio Urrutia, who's further down the card. So you've got this odd thing. Obviously, a lot of featherweights. But yeah, I think I just have to go with Ruslan Emobek. He's got a crazy ass name. He looks a bit crazy. He looks scary.
I think Gary
Just
Tonin
for
was meant to
that.
fight this guy, right? Originally, this was his opponent, but he got stuck because of COVID. He couldn't get out of wherever he was. So it makes sense. Like the matching up, I think they've gone, all right, can't fight Tonin, so you can fight the guy Tonin beat.
We'll get there one day.
Look, we've all gone for it. Galactus will be signing up for Fanatics tonight. That's what I like to hear. You know what I like to hear. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Everyone get over to the Fanatics app and download it. Make your picks for this show. And then you can join the chat, join the leaderboard, and see who gets the most right tomorrow. There are no odds on this event, so I'll have to get on the phone to the guys and
I think they might, because you were talking about trying the other option this month. Maybe they've switched it around.
Oh, I see. But we did Vegas for the UFC picks earlier.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, let me clear it up with them. We'll figure it out. But we got 2 more fights here. I can fix my screen. Let's do it.
You can do it.
Jin Hao Han against Adam Noy, bantamweight Muay Thai bout.
That snuck in because
here,
that snuck in because it was supposed to be it was originally
Roshan
Mainam versus Aziz Kaleem. But they switched that over to Fist of Fury 3. So this has become, I suppose, because they didn't want that to be too much on kickboxing Muay Thai, and they brought over a Muay Thai bout to this. I have a feeling that I think this might be his debut.
I would have no clue.
Zero idea. I know. I've seen Han Zihao before because he was the one who beat my my little bro Muhammad Jordan boy.
So the app says that Adam Noyes fought Victor Pinto, got a decision against him at One Championship, a new tomorrow. So
that was ages ago.
Yeah. That was last January, I think.
Yeah, that's ages. So he's got ring rust.
Yeah.
Or does he? We won't know.
I think everyone's going to be a little rusty at the
moment.
It
seems that a lot of the people on this are quite rusty, on this card.
Well, there's such a huge backlog, hasn't
ring
there?
rust.
You never know if is ring rust a real thing. They may just come out and perform brilliantly, and then
I mean, ring rust gets some people, but not others. But just anything above a year, I've always got a ring rust alert.
Yeah.
So that's just like half the card now.
Well, Chris, have you got any insight maybe we can use to inform our picks here? Because I'm still in the dark. I still don't know who to go for.
Yeah,
It's
and
a toss
Adam
up
Knight
for me.
has a fairly decent record. He's won European titles, world titles. He's competed in Lumpini and Regiment Stadium.
Mm.
I think, if I remember correctly, on a one show they mentioned this is something like at like 14 he was in trouble, so his father sent him to 3 months to Thailand to train Muay Thai. So he's been doing it for a long time. Obviously, Hansi Hao has been based in Thailand for ages. He fought for the Top King promotion over there. Has been the champion in 2 weight classes over there. He is a really, really good fighter, still very, very young. What you have to remember with a lot of Muay Thai as well when you're over in Thailand is you kind of have to ignore the record. You're best just to look at the last 30 fights because you'd just be surprised at how often they fight, and you can go on these huge losing streaks and then bring it back. He hasn't done too good lately in one championship. He won Mohammed bin Mahmoud, then Andrew Miller before that, which was a long time ago. Whenever he stepped up against the Nongos, Medis are two to the top guys. He has tended to lose. It is such a hard one. I guess I'm gonna go with. You know what? I chose. I chose.
The
I don't even know who I
Japanese
chose earlier.
earlier.
I chose against the Chinese, so I'm gonna bet my man Hansi Hao to go
I'm
for
gonna
the win.
join you, Hansi Hao. Let's go China. I got no other
Well,
way
when
to
you
pick.
when you put it that way, I don't want to get in trouble, so I've got to go for the Chinese. So.
It's a good way to do it. Okay, one more
You've got
fight.
to
The
back at
opening
least
fight.
one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more familiar to us, I think, guys. Mark FANATICS Abelardo against Emilio Ruscia. We know more about these guys. So, yeah, Chris,
Yeah,
Jasmin, who
definitely.
are you picking here?
They're both on a losing streak. It's tough for me to say.
Yeah, 3 losses for Emilio in a row there. And
Yeah,
but
and 2 losses
it's
for Mark.
Also, this is also another kind of a cross Thailand kind of fight because we've got Mark
One
Abelardo
fight.
representing Fairtex, we've got
Yeah.
Emilio representing Tiger Muay Thai. I think this is a pretty cool fight. Actually, I think it's really back and forward because Mark Abelardo actually, I think he's got some absolutely fantastic talent. He's a really good fighter, and I think he's been unlucky in some of his fights. His head hasn't been in the right place. He hasn't really. He kind of can be very dominant in a round and then switch off. He has 2 losses back to back, but if you look at those 2 losses, they're against Fabricio de Andrade and
And
Troy
Troy
Worthen,
Weather. Yeah.
who are
So those are
pretty
tough opponents.
top level competitors. Then you look at Emilio, and he lost to Nakahara, he lost to Lee Ka-wen, and he lost to Gafurov in the 3 before that, who were 3 very tough outs. But then you look when he signed with one championship, there's a lot of promise behind him, and he straight away got a very convincing decision win over Edward Kelly, and he finished the legend that is Bruno Pucci in the first round.
well, as Migs De La Cruz says in the comments, Arusha seems in a good mood on Instagram. Choose the happy guy. Yeah, sometimes these fights, these pre-recorded cards, some of the fighters give you some tells on social media.
Yeah.
The ones who promote the fight up in the build-up are probably the ones who won it. You don't really promote it when you've been knocked out or whatever. So
yeah, it was the same, but with the Indian versus Pakistani fight a few weeks back. Like
it's no secret. You can game the system here for these cards that won pre-records a little
because
bit.
it's pre-recorded. Yeah, so I feel like one needs to pay maybe a bit more attention because, especially to us, because we know what's up and we've got our eyes everywhere.
I see the point. Like, I see why they have to do it this way, but
I mean,
I cannot wait till they start doing everything live again. I think it's just better for everyone, better for them. But it's impossible at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair and it's fine. I've nothing against the pre-recorded, but the the post management or the post fight management after it's been recorded, especially because it's 2, 3, 4 cards, they do need to pay maybe a bit more attention to the fighters afterwards. If
But they want them to
if
promote
they
it.
don't, yeah, they want them to promote it for sure. But if one, say, bring back the example of the India versus Pakistan fight, that one was promoting it a lot more than the other, so we know who won that fight just purely because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely. And also to everyone out there, he is not, sorry, Galactus, he is not related to Stamp. It is out of respect to the FANATICS gym. It's very, very common in Thailand to nickname yourself after your gym or a sponsor if you can get that big, big sponsorship money. There is also something that we should also pay attention to, is the fact that Emilio and Mark FANATICS Abelardo fought on, I think, Clash of Titans back in February 2019. Since then, Abelardo has had 4 more fights, while Emilio has not fought since then.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you choose the guy who's happy all over social media. I don't know
Or
if
the guy
you go with the
who
guy
doesn't have ring rust.
who is inactive yet. So I am just thinking, I'm going to go with Mark FANATICS Abelardo, and I think this will be his opportunity to turn around this
Come back.
losing streak in one championship.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. I mean, again, we just brought this up earlier. Like, ring rust affects some people and it doesn't affect others. It is, both their lose streaks were up against pretty tough competitors. So yeah, I don't know. Is this the toughest one that we've had to pick for? It's like we've had to pick for 2 people, or between 2 people on a losing streak.
It's never easy, but we got to
It's
do
never
it.
easy, but we gotta do it,
Gun
guys.
to your head. Let's go.
Don't get it off. Get it off. Going for Mark because
Okay.
I believe in him.
Well, let's see how it plays out, guys. Join us all tomorrow night for the show, the Fight Companion. Oh, those are our picks. If you
So
haven't
can we
got Fanatics yet, go
the
do
main
it.
event, please? I just want to check, did anyone choose a method of victory, or we all decided to be boring?
Oh, I forgot
Speak for
about that.
yourself. You wanted to back out last time.
I'm going to go for a KO there.
Okay.
You're right, Chris. I forgot to put my method of victory on, and it's triple or nothing. If you don't know, you get 3 times the points.
Are
If
we all
you
going
get
for
the method
Well, it
right.
must be KO. It can't be anything else. It's a heavyweight bout. It can't be
Yeah.
anything except for KO.
Could be a submission.
From Amir, though,
It's a possibility.
you don't sound so convinced there.
Yeah.
Galactus, I
Microsoft.
don't know if the Fanatics app is on the Microsoft Market, but I'll check with the guys
It is
who run
most
it.
definitely on the App Store and Google Play Store. Is it on Huawei?
We do not know.
Well, is the
Don't think so.
Huawei store called Harmony? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll find
don't
out for you,
use Huawei.
Galactus. But hopefully you can join us soon and find the app. Come join the SCMP MMA group. Anyone who's watching, if you're not in there, what are you doing? Get over to Fanatics. Join the fun.
Yeah,
There'll be a
and it is
leaderboard
absolute,
after the
like,
event.
Yes,
no
James
points yet.
James had a massive robbery, didn't he?
Oh, I was the one who was robbed by all the cheating going on in the group, essentially. I don't
Because
believe I finished that low. I think they were tampering with my scores. So, yeah. Anyway, look, we've got a
PC,
bit of
alright.
time.
So
We're
he
going to
was
do
on-
some one on TNT stuff. So I'm just going to bring up those cards. I think that
Just
was the big news. The
before you
drop
bring
down
up
of
the
one
card real
championship in
quick.
this day. We're gonna have 4. How many bouts? 6 on each card, I think, with some prelims.
Yeah,
So
it seems like a
let me
basic.
bring these up here. One on TNT. I downloaded the card somewhere, but yeah. What's the big takeaway for you? Which ones are you most looking forward to?
All of them. Is that an
There you
option?
go. That
The
is an
only
option.
one that's a little bit poor is I think one on TNT3 is very poor. I don't think it's very well suited to the American market. I think having 3 prelims and then 3 on the main card is probably a really, really good way to go. I wonder if the prelims will be 3 on YouTube or on another channel affiliated with TNT, and then they'll just do the 3 main fights straight after. These are the league cards or the prelims. I think they're very good. Got a nice mix of kickboxing and Muay Thai with
It's not that bad.
MMA on every single one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take off the banner so we can see the full cards there. But
Hold on, wait.
so-
Oh no, I didn't see this. Kang Ji-woon is also on one of those cards.
oh really?
Yeah, he's right
Have we-
there.
Did we pick for him already? Shit.
Yeah, him against. But he's not on a. He's not on the main card. Also, he's not against. And like the other guy. So
He's fighting Bachecha, who's making his debut, and I think they're
yeah.
going to line up a Can or someone for Bachecha to smash and look good against.
Oh, Kang Ji-woon is not a can though.
I know, but relatively, I
Rugruk's
think
got the can.
Alan Nalani is no Can. I will not have a bad word.
No,
said
I
about
mean
Can.
against
Bargy.
Baggy.
Oh yeah, okay,
Didn't Bargy beat Alan and I?
probably.
Wasn't he the one who lost recently? Bring back my notes.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Migs, UUV Reese will be a banger. I agree with that. I think that's a really good fight for that division, and I think that could maybe determine the challenger for the winner of DJ Morai. So am I thinking too much?
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm so stupid, but obviously I've just looked at that and realized obviously they won't be on YouTube, I guess, in America. I guess the whole plan, looking at the title, will be the league cards or the prelims as we call them, will be on Bleacher Report, probably start an hour and a half. While AEW is on in America, they'll have those 3 fights and then they'll go straight to switch over to TNT straight after AEW finishes and probably go to those 3 events. And then I guess if anything finishes earlier, they can always show a replay into their allotted time slot.
So these main cards are only going to be like an hour and a half or something, an hour.
Something like
3
that, yeah.
fights. Okay.
Or they might just they might just fill it up with ads. So it might just be 2 hours.
Yeah, true. I guess TNT is going to want to have their ad breaks. That is very good idea.
Definitely.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, a lot
you
of
do
bangers
look at the whole card of one on TNT, and you've got obviously DJ Marias, Eddie Alvarez, Lori Lapicius, Rod Tang, Jacob Smith. But then on the preliminary, you've got like Tyler McGuire. Then you look at one on TNT2, you got Christian Lee, Nash Duque, Martin Wynn, you got Wonder Girl Fairtex, you got Liam Harris, Bertus
She's still
Ponsary.
on it.
But
I think
then,
she's still going to be on it.
No, she had her face got broken 2 places. She was
You think
no way
she's not going to be on it?
Literally cannot fight with a facial fracture in 6 weeks.
Kang Ji-won, Buchecha. But then you get interesting that they don't have any women on the. Oh no, they do. Northcott on the very last one.
Yeah, I hope that's not going to be another awkward fight to watch.
Yeah, but then you get one on TNT3, and that's the one that I'm not sure is going to do big in America because you've got Ali Akbari versus Malikin who are fighting on Friday. Got Nikki Holtzk and John Wayne Parr, which is a fantastic Muay Thai fight. 2 absolute legends of the game. You've got Sexy Yama. You've got Rita McLaren, Yuya Wakamatsu, you've got Troy Worthen on the card, but to me, that's the one that is kind of really missing the big well-known name in America to really punctuate it. I mean, probably Sexy Yama's the most famous person on that, and he's not super famous in America in the same way that some of the other headliners are on the other cards. Like a John Lineker or a Shinya or a Sage or a Ongla, like on the later ones, or Jonathan Haggerty.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that should have been week 4 and they should have, kind of put their front loaded them in, the Shinya stage
Yeah.
fight. Maybe should have been the third week.
My only
but-
thing would be, I always said from the start that the two most stacked cards out of the four they're doing on this one on TNT deal is the first one and the last one have to be the best, because the first one will get people to start watching it, and then the last one will get people to remember it. Because I would assume they're going to come back, do some more Asian shows, and then if this goes well, probably June, July, we'll probably see another round of American shows.
I'm just looking forward to the time difference. It's going
Yeah.
to be nice for us to have these shows in the morning.
Forward to that. Oh my golly days.
Well, it's
Yeah.
fantastic for me because I have every Thursday off, and all these fights will be Thursdays, so it'll be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I mean, as
my
Migs
God.
points out, Selvem
This is
is
going to be so
even
much
shorter than
more
Puchu
awkward.
Padme. So Colby Northcutt's a giant, isn't she? And it looked funny in her debut. So I don't think M's that short. I have met her in real life, but I mean, at the fight week. Anyone
What's the
know,
height
fill us in.
difference? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, good to see Peter Baust back. Lowenthal Nanas will want to. I think that's when you can talk about ring rust. Lowenthal Nanas looked out of sorts against Gafarov, so sure he'll be looking to prove he hasn't lost that momentum he had. But Peter Baust is a very tough opponent, and he's got a lot to prove. Nasty you can beat him by decision. Dustin Johnson making his debut, Canadian heavyweight. So he's one to watch. I want to see how he matches up against some of these newcomer heavyweights like Buchecha, like Ali Akbari, like Rug. Let's see where Johnson is in the mix. Always good to have Harrison and Punk Series. Always a good opponent.
Okay,
yeah, this is a cool card.
I've got information. So Colby Northcutt is 5'9", apparently. Putri Padme is 5'5", and M is 5'4", so just by an inch. But is this going to be? This is a MMA bout, right? It has to be.
This is flyweight.
Yeah.
Flyweight. That's okay. Northcutt's maybe like 1 or 2 inches taller than most women who are flyweights, but it's not like she's towering over them.
No, but the thing is that one doesn't really have a proper women's flyweight roster.
Maybe Colby's building it.
I hope that they're going to build it for her.
Tiny girls.
Yeah, in the world of one of my favorite movies, Field of Dreams, they once said, "Build it, and they will come."
Well, yeah, I mean that's about it from me. You guys have any other news you want to bring in, or anything to add?
Nothing in particular, but I'm just thinking these midweek cards are gonna I think it's gonna make everything on the app so much better. It's gonna make the competition that much more fierce because we're gonna have something on the weekend, we're gonna have something midweek, and as well, remember what happens again in April? We have the return of Bellator over here in Asia. It's gonna be Thursday 1, Friday Bellator, Sunday morning UFC. Nicholas Atkins couldn't say goodbye to his weekend. You should be taking Mondays and Tuesdays off, mate.
I already do say goodbye to them. I will not. I've been working. I don't even know. This week is so big. UFC 259 is mad.
You can go over to Nick's and give him a bit of a cuddle, Nick. Of Chris. Yeah.
Definitely, 100%.
He's always welcome.
I'm always there for a cuddle.
Yeah, come round. I believe Chris mentioned something about wine and cheese this week. To me,
I might be having some wine and cheese on a Saturday afternoon around about 7 p.m. Bring a bottle of wine.
The invite is for everyone.
So fancy.
All the fans.
I'll fly right over just for that.
If you're a fan and you show up in the top, you don't even have to bring wine or cheese. Just come in.
Yeah, Chris will put the door code in the chat, and then you can.
There we go.
Let yourself in.
Pop in. Say hello.
Yeah.
I don't have a T-shirt yet, by the way, Nicholas.
What SCMP one?
Yeah, where's my prize?
I'll get on it. Fanatics are now gonna send out the prizes to winners, and I'll make sure to do some retroactive prize giving for you. And who won last month?
Benjamin stole it from James
There we go.
right at
It
the
wasn't
end.
me or
Trivia.
Chris, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely wasn't me.
And as well, guys, I guess what we can gather from these one championship cards coming up on TNT is we've got the light heavyweight title being up for grabs. We've got the lightweight title. We've got the flyweight title. Obviously, we haven't got any more title fights. Have we got a title fight on Fist of Fury 3? I don't
No.
think so. But
Yeah, they switched Ong La, right?
oh no, they've got Regan
Fist
Arce
of
story on
Fury.
fight
Okay.
Fist of Fury
Oh,
3.
Fist of Fury.
But
Not
that would
these
assume
things. My
that-
brain is a bit.
But that would assume that probably when we come to May, we might see the Riddler fight again. We might see Brandon Vera touch wood. We might see the featherweights go for a title. We might see the return of Panda as well, because she hasn't really got a fight in the works right now. Obviously, she had that war.
No one's
with
talking about
Mateo,
her.
but yeah.
Oh no, we
Honestly.
do have Ursel also Haida. You're right. Yeah, lightweight kickboxing world championship next week.
Yeah. Just to reply to Galactus, I might be having wine and cheese, but I won't be fighting for the UFC middleweight title the next day. So I have a what's that like?
You mentioned Derrida. I saw him somewhere. He said something interesting. I can't remember what it was, but
You saw him somewhere and he said something.
no, I saw on Instagram. He said it was some kind of comment, maybe reply to one of his posts, talking about going for the light heavyweight title or something. So
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Well, I would assume that if Onglar defends the light heavyweight title, why shouldn't he go? Because he smoked Onglar last time.
Yeah.
yeah,
Why
Yeah.
shouldn't he take the 2 belts?
Yeah, I mean, if he beats Onglar and then you think Onglar beat Brandon Vera the last time Brandon Vera fought, like the Riddler should maybe be going for champ status.
Yeah.
Derrida is taller than Vera.
Oh wow.
He
By
could,
how much?
in theory, win the
Well, I mean, he's
heavyweight belt.
Dutch, so
He's very tall.
taller than everyone probably in the world.
Mhm.
That could happen.
I had him calling out Abasov, saying he will go down.
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
Yeah,
going down. Yeah, they had. Was it on social media?
yeah, they
Is
were
it
going
Abasov
back and
on
forward. They're quite
Yeah.
good friends. And well, not friends, but they did it like Abasov said it something like, "I'd love to challenge you," and blah blah blah. And the Riddler was like, "Well, I'll go down then, and we can fight for the welterweight belt."
So Abasov will go up and then Derrida will come down because it doesn't make sense if Derrida goes down 2 classes.
No, but he's middleweight champ.
He'll be
and,
going to welterweight.
Oh yeah,
to
so one
welterweight.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. I'll bring up the post on.
I don't know why I thought middleweight was above light heavyweight. That's really dumb. My brain.
It's all right. It's confusing with one as well because
I
they're different.
haven't had my coffee yet, so my
Here it
brain's
is.
not-
Bring it on screen. What's up, Derrida MMA? I know you've been waiting for a fight for quite some time, so I offered you to stop and get your ass to the gym. I want to make the biggest fight in one championship history. I love striking. I know you like it too. So if you want the real deal and you are not scared, I am right here. Let's show the world the 2 world champions in action. Would this be the greatest fight in one championship history? I'm not sure, guys, but
they say that about every single fight, but that will be an amazing fight to watch. But who's going to go up or who's going to go down? That's what I want to know.
I think, as Chris said, there was some kind of interaction where Derrida
There's the
replied
top
and said, "I'll
comment
come
there.
down to you."
Top comment. That one. Derrida MMA.
Yeah, but no, there's another comment somewhere where he said it
Oh,
will
this is
I'll
another
come down
one.
to one. This is just what I've seen, yeah, but it's all a blur for me.
Also, regarding you being back in the rankings panel, Nick, giving in your votes, how
Ooh.
did John Wayne Parr, who's been retired, go straight into number 4 at the rankings?
Have they released the
Just
new
don't
ones yet?
believe in it.
Well, he's in the rankings, so
I haven't done them for a while, and I vented my fury already about Low and Tainan is going in there and other things,
Yeah.
And your name is still on the list, right? They still haven't given you the thing. Isn't it like every other week?
All I know is I just did one yesterday or the day before for the last 2 cards, and I made my picks, but I think I was told that there's 50% of it is down to the panelists, and the other 50% is down to one. So they can do whatever they want, Chris.
Yeah.
I'd put JWP in there if they see fit.
Also, just one more thing to ask you guys regarding the TNT cards. Do you think them not? Obviously, they've got a lot of the American guys on, Tananis, Werven, etc. Do you think not having Gary Tonin on and Tan Lee, either fighting each other or just showing up on these cards, is a bit of a drop the ball on arguably two of your biggest American talents, and particularly in Gary Tonin, like fairly outspoken, well known in America from his jiu-jitsu background, and him and Tan Lee are both really good with the mic. And I think, you look at some of the what was it that you did the preview with them? What do you call it? Face Off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, your face off with Tan Lee and Gary Tonin was absolutely fantastic, and it's just a shame because obviously,
That
if
would
they
be
want to
great
do it in
match.
America, we're not going to see it for a while, I guess.
I'm not
Yeah, I suppose
sure
so.
they should go straight to that fight, but
Yeah, Tan Lee is the only. Well, I guess Brandon Vera as well, but they're the only American champions. Is Tan Lee and Brandon Vera, and
That are
then
not there.
the only American person you have as a number one contender is Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah, I suppose you could have put them on that card that you were complaining about. Was it 3?
Yeah, number 3.
Yeah, they could have done that at least. I mean, even if it wasn't a belt fight, it could have just been. Oh, actually, no, that wouldn't have been possible. It would have had to be a belt fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
suppose they're sort of leading up to the Martin comeback before letting Tan Lee fight anyone else.
maybe they want Martin to win and challenge and do that rematch. So they thought get Martin a fight first, and then Martin can fight Gary. We could do that.
I'm just saying in terms of marketability, they're the only two people I look at and think, they are totally missing. Obviously, we have to remember as well, they've got great Japanese fighters. They don't do shows in Iran. They've got a lot of Iranians. They've got Russians. They've got a lot of Dutch, and they don't really do shows there. I don't think Japan are really opening up anyway for one to do a show there anytime soon. So they've got a lot of the Japanese fighters, most of whom are actually based in America. Sexyama spends most of his year in Hawaii anyway, and then generally just visits Japan or Korea. Oh yeah, always.
Look at that sexy Yama tan. Of course he's in Hawaii.
For us, as much as I love Sexyama though, I'm not sure if his tan is always 100% natural, if you know what I mean. Sometimes he has a little bit of that Saint-Tropez, Bondi, a little bit of false tan going on, and trust me, I'm a man from the north of England. I have seen my fair share of false tan.
Well, yeah, fair enough. I mean, he is also of Oriental descent rather than North English. So there's always a possibility that he just has that in him.
Yeah.
I mean, stick me under the sun long enough, and I don't even know what I am. People sometimes think that I'm Latino. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
who knows?
Yeah.
As long as he's sexy Yama.
Yeah, we could talk about Sexyama for hours, but maybe we can wrap it up here.
Yeah.
I haven't got much else to add, but Chris, go for it.
Absolutely fantastic podcast, guys, and I absolutely cannot wait. My girlfriend will have my dinner ready for 6:45, so I'll quickly have my dinner in, and I will be the first here in the podcast on Friday along with Nick Atkin, and I will be here. I'm really excited for this card. I think it's going to be an absolute banger. And you know what, as well, to everyone out there in the comments, to Jasmin, to Nick, to Drake Riggs, to everyone else, Tom Taylor, I'm ready. January and February, I was just playing with y'all. Do you know why? I've got to get that strap. Do you know how I'm going to get that strap? On the best app out there. MMA Fanatics Fantasy MMA. Download it now. Join us, join the fun, join the picks. You've got to get involved. Jasmine's always in the chat, bantering non-stop. It's just good fun. We can see who knows the best. Every month I've finished with a 52 and a 54% average. As long as you get more right than wrong, you're doing okay, I say. So hopefully see all you guys on there. Valentin, Galacticus, Adam H. Would love to see you on it.
Valentin is on. I stole the belt from him in January.
Oh wow!
He was up the top, and then I just sorry, Valentin. Could have been yours.
Sorry, a bunch of people have joined in right at the end of the show, so apologies, guys. But we'll be back tomorrow night for the show. The One Championship, Fist of Fury 2, not live, pre-recorded from Singapore. It'll be big. We'll get the chat started before the show, maybe half an hour or so.
Wait, before we end.
The day Chris wins the belt. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's all good. We both pressed the button at the same time. The day Chris wins the belt, I'm throwing my phone away. Says One Championship UK.
Can we just point out in February, I had 6 more wins than Nick, 4 more wins than Jasmine, and 2 more wins than James, who finished top of the leaderboard. Only 4 people in the group had more wins than me. But I want the Vegas odds. I want the fun because I think it gives everyone else a better chance against me. That's it.
Well, maybe we'll keep Vegas odds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We can do Vegas for this month, and then we can try out with the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
for wins, because there's way too many people who are top of the leaderboard. They have like Benjamin has come in with 11 wins. What is that? That is an absolute robbery.
Yes. I'm talking to Fanatics about having some kind of penalty system, docking
I think
50 points for each pick you don't make.
I think if we do win percentage, probably best to wait until April because we're going to have 4 One Championship shows that month, 4 UFC shows that month, and 4 Bellator shows that month. So it's going to be non-stop, guys.
Rip against that's absolute rip.
More fights for me to lose. Hey, I got third place. Do you get a shirt? I don't know. We figure it out. I'm gonna see. I'm having lunch tomorrow with Fanatics, so I'll go over the plans for prizes. But yeah, maybe we can figure something out for first, second, third. Because third is a good effort.
Over there with the threat.
What? Hey, be proud of that 45 wins and 45 losses. As long as you
50-50.
50-50 is not bad. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Because even you look sometimes at the guys on the Vegas odds. Last month there were some people in the 60%, but the guys who finished top were 54%. Because it's not about how many; it's about beating Vegas. So sometimes if you go against the favorite in every fight, you only need to get like 3 out of 10, and you can do just as good as someone who gets 6 rights, but they're all favorite. We've all seen those crazy results.
Yeah, that's exactly how I won in January.
You get crazy odds.
Yeah, when we do Bellator, I'm going to be really struggling. I'm going to be relying on you, Chris. Try and get John because John's on the rankings panel, so maybe he can tell us about these fights.
Yeah.
And maybe he can as well get everyone really involved into the Grand Prix as well, because Bellator are kicking stuff off with a Grand Prix. And when I had to get some of my friends into One Championship because they went into it, the main way I got them in was through that lightweight and flyweight Grand Prix.
Grand Prix are a really good way to introduce people into organizations. I mean, I wish that I knew more about the American promotions, but this is literally the worst time zone. GMT +4 is the worst time zone for American shows. So I'm going to have to lose a lot of sleep over it, or just block you guys out and just watch VODs, basically. Watch the replays. That's what I've been doing with the last 2 Vegas fights. But I feel like I definitely will have to wake up.
Yeah, because I guess
Galactus has the advantage here. Galactus.
Well, it's nice to see the Bellator doing a similar thing because they're doing pretty short cards as well, similar to one. You know, and me and Nick as well, we've got a lot of flack in the past for complaining about how long some UFC cards are. We get a lot of flack from the fans, but when you're watching
Really?
other organizations, sometimes 15 cards is a little bit too long, you know. Maybe it suits better.
6 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours compared
Yeah, but
to 2.
you have to remember where me and Nick from, like football is the main sport. That's over and done in less than 2 hours. You have to remember, I watched the Super Bowl a few weeks ago, and that was about 4 or 5 hours long itself. So maybe Americans have a better taste for it than me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe
No.
that's their replacement for cricket. Cricket goes on for ages.
It's a bit too long.
Goes on for days, even.
Yeah,
Goodness
literally.
me.
Okay, let's wind it up there, guys. Thank you, Chris. Thank
Clocked
you,
in 1
Jasmin,
hour.
for nice concise hour here for us. Go check out these guys. Their social handles are there. They'll be back, I think, tomorrow.
CB_MMA, Blaze_MMA, and Nico
Yep.
SCMP on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram anymore. I mean,
Yep.
I am, but you can still find out what is. Just go on Twitter, follow us there, get on the app. You rascals.
Yeah.
Try and take the belt from little Benjamin, whoever he is.
Who's Benjamin? Yeah.
11.
Speak
11.
up, Benjamin, if you're ever watching these. Tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back. My head's all over the place, but I think it's Thursday today, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Tomorrow
we'll
is
be
the
back
show.
tomorrow for One Championship Fist of Fury 2. See you all there, everyone, and thanks for
I'm
watching.
going to do a Drake.
Peace.